What if one small European country became extremely rich by turning an entire African region into a profit machine? History often highlights wars, kings, and borders, but behind many empires lies a deeper story, a story of money, resources, and systems designed to extract wealth. One of the most striking examples is the relationship between Belgium and the Congo Free State. This was not a normal colony. It was a private economic project controlled by one man, Leopold II of Belgium. To understand how Belgium extracted a fortune, you need to understand how this system was built. In the late 19th century, European powers were competing for control of Africa. This period is known as the Scramble for Africa. But Belgium was a small country. It lacked the military and political weight of larger empires. So Leopold II used a different strategy. He presented himself as a humanitarian. He claimed he wanted to bring civilization, trade, and progress to Central Africa. Through diplomacy and international agreements, he gained control over a vast territory. This territory became the Congo Free State, but the name was misleading. It was neither free nor a state in a modern sense. It was privately owned by the king. This created a unique economic model. Instead of serving a nation, the system served one ruler. The goal was simple: extract as much wealth as possible, as fast as possible. Now look at the resources. The Congo was rich in natural wealth, rubber, ivory, later minerals. At the time, rubber was in high demand. The industrial world needed rubber for tires, machines, and electrical insulation. Global demand surged, prices rose. This created a massive opportunity. Leopold II built a system to capture that opportunity. He divided the territory into zones. Large areas were declared state property. Local populations lost control over their land. They were forced to work. Villages received quotas. They had to collect rubber from wild vines. If they failed, punishments followed. This was not a market economy. It was forced extraction. Labor was not paid fairly. Output was enforced through control. Now examine the economic structure. At the top sat the king. Below him were concession companies. These companies received rights to extract resources. They operated like corporations. Their goal was profit. They minimized costs. They maximized output. Labor was the main cost, so they reduced it. This increased profits sharply. Now consider logistics. The Congo was vast and difficult to navigate. Infrastructure was limited, so the system relied on rivers and basic transport routes. Workers carried goods long distances. This increased efficiency from the perspective of the system, but it increased human cost. Now look at revenue. Rubber exports generated massive income. Profits flowed back to Europe. They funded projects in Belgium, buildings, monuments, infrastructure. This wealth transformed parts of Belgium's economy, but the source of that wealth remained hidden from many. Now examine control mechanisms. The system used force to maintain output. Armed groups enforced quotas. This ensured continuous production. From an economic perspective, it removed uncertainty, but it also removed freedom. Now consider information flow. The system operated far from Europe. Communication was slow. Oversight was limited. This allowed the system to continue without immediate scrutiny, but over time, reports began to emerge. Missionaries, journalists, activists, they documented conditions. One key figure was E.D. Morel. He noticed a pattern in trade data. Ships going to Congo carried weapons. Ships returning carried rubber and ivory. This imbalance revealed the true nature of the system. Another figure, Roger Casement, conducted investigations. His reports exposed the realities on the ground. This created international pressure. Public opinion shifted. Now look at the economic turning point. Under pressure, control of the Congo shifted from the king to the Belgian government in 1908. The Congo Free State became the Belgian Congo. Did the system change? Some reforms were introduced, but extraction continued. The focus shifted from rubber to minerals, copper, cobalt, other resources. These became central to global industry. Now examine long-term impact. The extraction model created wealth for Belgium, but it did not build balanced economic development in Congo. Infrastructure served extraction, not local growth. Education and institutions remained limited. This created structural imbalance. Now consider global context. The Congo's resources fed industrial growth in Europe. They supported manufacturing. They powered economic expansion. This shows how resource flows shape global economies. Now analyze the economic rule behind this system. Control over resources plus control over labor equals high extraction efficiency. But this efficiency comes at a cost: social, human, long-term. Now compare with modern systems. Today, resource extraction still plays a major role in global trade, but governance structures differ. International rules exist. Transparency is higher, yet challenges remain. Now look at value chains. Raw materials are extracted in one region, processed in another, sold globally. Most value is captured at later stages. This pattern has roots in historical systems like the Congo. Now consider capital flows. Profits from extraction moved to Europe. They funded development there. This created uneven growth. Now analyze incentives. The system rewarded maximum output. It did not reward sustainability. This led to over-extraction. Resource depletion followed in some areas. Now consider labor dynamics. Forced labor removed bargaining power. It removed wages as a cost factor. This distorted the economic system. Now examine governance. Private control allowed centralized decision-making, but it lacked accountability. This created long-term risks. Now reflect on legacy. The economic structures created during this period influenced future development. They shaped trade patterns. They shaped political systems. Now consider modern relevance. Understanding this history helps explain current global inequalities. It shows how wealth can be generated in one region and transferred to another. It shows how systems of control influence economic outcomes. If you want deep insights into history, economics, and global power systems, subscribe to The Financial Story. We break down complex topics into simple, clear explanations that help you understand how the world really works. Now, return to the main question. How did Belgium extract a fortune from Congo? Through control. Control of land, control of labor, control of trade, and a system designed to maximize output at minimum cost. This created massive wealth, but it also created long-term consequences. The story of Congo is not just history, it is a lesson in economics. It shows how resource wealth can be transformed into financial power. It shows how systems can prioritize profit over people. And it shows how the effects of such systems can last for generations. When you look at global trade today, you still see echoes of this model. That is why understanding this story matters, because the past continues to shape the present.